regardless, to put that to the side, you know, it kind of looks like it's molded onto the skin a little bit, which is cool, similar to the mask we'll see in Jason Goes to Hell. But also the eye holes are kind of like a little bit more sunken in. The nose is kind of up a little bit more. It's clean, but also worn at the same time. It just kind of looks a little bit small. But to me, one of the biggest reasons why I have this mask last on the list is it just is kind of forgettable. Like I said, don't hate it. I love every mask in this franchise. And yeah, it does have the axe mark in it, but it kind of still just feels like a standalone mask. Of course, the Uber mask and some of the other masks also are that way, but this mask doesn't really feel like it has a connection to a lot of the other movies in the franchise. And that's not a deal breaker per se, because it does have the axe mark in it. But
I decided to work on the mask a little bit more before my dinner's done. I realized maybe messed up the blood trail.
Freddy versus Jason. Now, there's a lot of things to like about the mask, and I'll talk about both the clean version and the scratch version. I'll just kind of consider them together. I didn't think it made sense to make a different kind of ranking for both of those masks on this. It just didn't really make a lot of sense to me. But when I look at this mask, I mean, the mask in a weird way definitely fits this era. When you look at it, you're like, oh, that's gotta be from that era. I don't know, there's just something about it. Maybe it's just the differences between modern mask making and mask making like they used to do in the 80s and the 90s, the materials they used to use. I don't know, but still, one of the biggest gripes with the mask from Freddy versus Jason for me, and I've mentioned this before on my channel, is the weathering on the mask. It really does just look like it was weathered in a studio, and obviously all of them pretty much were weathered in some sort of a studio or effects situation, of course, but whether or not does it look believable or not, right? And this mask at times just kind of looks like somebody scribbled pencil all over it to make it kind of look worn and weathered in a little bit of a way. It kind of just looks like a mask, especially in certain lightings, that you'd find in a toy shop or in, you know, a Spirit Halloween shop or something like that. And yeah, the scratched version, I mean, that's pretty damn cool. And like I said, again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I love all the masks on this list, but yeah, that scratch version, yes, it kind of blends some of the, you know, two of maybe the most iconic.
Blood is way too bright compared to what I was using earlier.
Think about it, like, okay, it's clearly Jason's mask, obviously, but also Freddy is kind of built into that as well with the scratch marks, which is really cool, definitely. But for me, it's not enough to really make this mask higher on the list for me. So yeah, Freddy versus Jason, just in a lot of ways, it just kind of looks fake and not really that believable as a mask that Jason would wear through all this shit, weathered kind of in a realistic type of way. But yeah, there you go. Number 10 is going to be Freddy versus Jason's mask in that movie. Okay, up next at number 9 is going to be Uber Jason mask. So this mask, I know a lot of people have Uber Jason mask probably last on their list, or some people probably have it, you know, first on the list or top 3, whatever it has. But I have it obviously at number 9. But this mask to me, I don't know, it's just so different. It's silly, it's ridiculous, but it's also fun. When I look at the mask, it's kind of interesting because it has like these 5 fingers, kind of, you know, a lot of the masks in the franchise have maybe the 3 straps or a little bit more, but it's got like these like 5 fingers that kind of go over the face of Jason. It almost looks like a face hugger you would see in Alien, and it's kind of like seeped into the skin around it kind of looks like it's brains in a way, and it's kind of molded into it, very similar to kind of Jason Goes to Hell. And yeah, on some of the close-ups we see of the mask, does it look plastic? Oh yeah, without a doubt, but it also looks mean in a lot of ways. Now, don't get too worked up about me having Uber Jason not last on the list or something like that as far as the mask goes. I mean, you know, clearly it's not one of my favorite masks in the entire franchise, but I have a lot of fun with it, just like I do with this movie. So yeah, there you go, the Uber Jason mask coming in at number 9 in the franchise for me. All right, up next at number 8 is going to be the 2009 reboot mask. And kind of when I think about this, maybe I'm realizing, kind of like I mentioned a little bit earlier, maybe I just don't like the modern masks as much as the older ones. I don't know, maybe it's modern mask making, maybe like I said, they kind of changed some of the materials or something like that, or just whatever. I mean, some of you like expert mask, you know, mask makers or people that are way more familiar with just that part of the industry, maybe in the comments down below you can let me know kind of what's changed. But I I mean, the reboot mask is great, but there's definitely some things that I don't really love about it. But it's basically a revamped version of the Part 3 mask, and it's got like kind of a really light color in certain points of it, but it's also really dark in other, kind of moments and things like that. It shares a lot of similarities to me with the Freddy versus Jason mask. And I'm not saying that they look almost identical, but it's a modern version of the mask. And one of the biggest similarities between the Freddy versus Jason mask and this one is it doesn't really, to me, look naturally worn down and gritty, in my opinion. I mean, it clearly looks like an effects artist weathered the mask, which kind of loses a little bit of that grit and grime that some of the other masks have for me. Like I said, this is a great mask. I like the 3 kind of chevrons on it. I like the shape of it. It's not really flat like a lot of other masks in the franchise that kind of look a little bit goofy or a little bit too big and things like that. It's like a little bit cupped, which is very similar to the Part 3 and the Part 4 mask. Definitely. I mean, I really like this mask a lot, but some of those reasons, like I mentioned there, just the look of it.
Guys talking like super fast.
Like the weathering especially doesn't look all that great to me.
Yeah, bro. Gotta revisit it. I think I don't have enough blood. Maybe it trickles down here. So deeper blood here. Feels like it's out of focus or something, right? Look at that in a sec. I could make this a little sharper. Something. Okay, go on, got too much time. This thing's drying on me. It is drying. Hey man, let's Kiki mom. Oh yeah, never mind. Oh yeah, thanks man. I wish the webcam was a little clearer so you could see the more detail, but pretty clumpy. Still gotta fix the lines on the chevrons and whatnot. Paint dries up so quick, man. think it's the same qualities. Maybe it's just dirty. Maybe it's dirty.